if you are struggling making content, this is for you. I know it can be very hard. You as an entrepreneur, you know you have to make content. You have to be visible out there. Not only on your website weekly, but also on your social channels weekly. So it's very important, and you know this, but you are struggling a lot. And a lot of entrepreneurs are struggling, and it's not necessary. I'm going to make it very easy for you. Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays ask AI, okay, give me a list of topics about what do I need to talk. Or is this maybe a topic I need to talk about? Or is this maybe a topic? And what does AI? It spits out a list with topics. And you can talk about every topic. But when you read the topics, you are like, it's not for me. It's not working for me. And I know this. But first you have to shift in your mind. You have to take this shift, and after you take this shift, it will be much easier for you to think about the right things instead of the wrong things. So what you have to shift in your mind is this. You are not making content for your own mirror. Because when you think about content and about making content, it's very easy for you to think about, okay, but I find it boring when I talk about this, or I find it not necessary to talk about this. And when you are thinking in that way, you are thinking about content you want to consume, but your potential customer is a different kind of person than you are. It's logical, but you don't think about it when you start to make content, because a lot of people start to think about making content and then automatically, unconsciously think about it, okay, what if I read this? Is this good for me or not? And I'm not talking about the quality, because the quality needs to level your own bar. You have to make the right quality. So if you are reading or watching your own content, you have to think about, okay, that quality is good, but the topics, what you are talking about is not for you, because you already know what you are going to say. So for you, it's not informative. It's not good or nice to watch. You already seen it. You are living it. So that's the first thing you need to do. You have to understand that the content you are making is not for you, but it's for your potential customer. And if you really understand this, it really shifts your mind. And then after that, when you shifted your mind, still the list can be boring, AI spits out. I know this. And a lot of people are stuck because they are going to watch viral content IDs or videos from competitors, and you are like, yeah, but I don't like to talk about this, or yeah, but I hate it how they say it. So it's really messing up your mind, because at that moment when you start to watch viral content or content from competitors, your mind is narrowed and you don't see your own options anymore. So here's the best thing you can do to help you gain traction. And after you gained traction, the first 2 to 3 months, then you can do it all over again and start repeating what works, because at that moment you start to have data. And when you have data, it's easy, because then you can have a look at 3 months of content and you say, okay, this is working, that's not working, this is working. And what's working, you double down on it. It's just like that. Okay, what's the most important thing you can ask AI is just this. And it almost doesn't matter if you feed it information about yourself. You just ask this, and you have to switch on web search if you don't have that automatically turned on. Ask this: what are the frequently asked questions about your business? And not only your business, the name of your business, but the category of your business or your branch of businesses. The part of the business you are running, so the solution you are selling. So ask that question. What are the 10, ask a number of 10 frequently asked questions. And at that moment, you just have a list with questions, and what you can do in your content is just read out loud the first question, and then you say, great question, and then you will answer it just in your own voice. And that's content. That's amazing, because if you do it like this with a video recording, or if you are too scared or you find it not comfortable to do it on video, just use audio, use your phone and speak into the mic. And if you answer that question, you already have a lot of content, especially for one day. And if you post 1 time a week, it's great. For me, I'm working with my own system from Identity First Media. So one video from 10 minutes, only 10 minutes, talking about one question generates content for the whole week. And yes, our system does it so you can post every day on every channel. But for you, if you don't use our system, you can ask AI to filter your tone of voice, to use the lexicon, use this word, make a lexicon from my own words, and then it just transforms your audio video into pieces of content. I always say AI doesn't create content. Yeah, it can do that, but not for you, because you are an entrepreneur, you are credible in what you do, you are an expert. So if you put in the content, AI doesn't create content. No, it just transforms your content. It's just you in another form. So it can transform it in a LinkedIn post, Instagram post, blog article, carousels, inside cards, maybe in shorts if you record a video. Everything is possible. It just changes form. So for me, for example, it can look like this. For Identity First Media, a lot of times people ask me the question, are you not afraid AI is generating slop content for you? And I say, yeah, great question. I know where it comes from, because AI generates a lot of slop, but I just gave you the answer already. Our AI agents are not creating the content. No, it just transforms the content. So you only have to upload one video, just like I'm doing right now, and our AI agents are transforming this video into, like I say, all the TikTok carousels, the short video clips, the LinkedIn posts, everything, even YouTube shorts, blog article, podcast, everything. And it just changes the form. So all the data I'm inserting is still the same. It's the same data. AI is not generating anything. It's not making up stuff. No, because I am the source. I am the input source for AI, and AI just changes the form. So this is one question. I can talk about this for 10 minutes and explain a little bit more about it, but I'm not doing this for this video, because this is a video about you worrying about struggling with content. But this is just one example, one question, and I can talk about it for 10 minutes and explain how our AI agents make sure you are not perceiving this as AI content. I can explain that. I can explain why I believe in this way of working. I can explain why it's helpful for you to do this. So you see, out of one question, you can think about, okay, what can I talk about? All the things you can talk about, one question in one answer. And if you give this answer in 10 minutes, then you have content for the whole week. So that's just how I do it. And that's just how you can do it as well. So just ask any AI model, ask what are the frequently asked questions for businesses like my business, and then you just record the answers. And so you make content. If you have 10 questions, like I said, you have answers for 10 weeks, so you can ask for 3 more, or you can think of some content for yourself, because when you start generating content, you come up with ideas for yourself, because you walk outside, you talk to customers, and suddenly content topics pop up, and you just start recording it and sharing it, and then after 13 weeks, 3 months, you have all the data, you see what works, what's not working, and whatever works, you double down on it. And that's it. That's how you start making content and how you can keep generating content, because you don't have to think about a new piece of content every day for 365 days a week. That's not working for you, because you just want to help your customers solving their problems with your service or with your product. That's it. And people are not going to recognize you if you talk about 365 different things in a year. People want to hear from you maybe about 5 to 7 topics. That's it. And you just have to repeat talking about these topics. And when you repeat it, every time you start talking about it, you will have a different perspective around the same topic, but you talk about the same topics over and over and again. And people start to recognize you, and AI models start to recognize you as well. And that's amazing, because at that moment people start to recognize you. They will start recommending you on LinkedIn, for example. I'm talking about the same things over and over again, and people start tagging me underneath posts. It's the same thing as what AI does. AI sees, okay, you are talking about these 7 topics. This potential customer is for you. So if someone has an AI conversation about a solution they need, and you are the right person to help them, if you are talking enough about the same topics over and over again, AI will start to cite you at first and later will recommend you. It's important you have to structure your own website in the right way so AI models can read it, but also can see and understand what your services are. Very important for AI recommendations. Have a services page on your website and lay it out. When you have pricing, put it in the services tabs, and AI will start to recommend you. But not if you start to talk about 300 different things. It's about 7 things on repeat, and you can find the topics by asking the most frequently asked questions on any AI model about businesses like your business. That's it. And just start. Just press record. Do it with the video, with a simple mic. And if you don't feel comfortable posting the video yet, just use the audio and make sure you have content for 1 week.